Festival of Live Lessons and Carols on the BBC World Service at bbcworldservice.com. And in 60 minutes, People Fix the World. We're off. Over the next few 100 million years, the power of the sun is going to increase, and eventually it will make life on Earth impossible. But fear not. We're hearing from the scientists with a plan to see.
I don't believe all that in my
News Hour here on the BBC.
I don't believe
the
all these things that they talk about. I don't believe everything they say.
Welcome to News Hour from the BBC World Service. I'm James Kimarasamy.
I just thought, well, I don't want to die here. I don't want to die today. Yeah, not like this.
Plus, the youngest son of the murdered Maltese journalist Daphne Caruana Galizia on the family's fight for justice.
Lord Jesus, I can't believe what she was put through. And I can't believe there was no justice. There was no accountability. And this is...
And the author Ian McEwan pays tribute to the publisher Sunny Mehta.
He was one of the greats, and his passing, it's an end of an era of that kind of inspirational publishing.
All of that coming up after the news.
Here comes the news. Let's check it out.
And Tom, what you see news. The United States is sending extra forces to its embassy in Baghdad, where there's been an attack by thousands of Iraqi militiamen. In a phone call, Donald Trump's also told Iraq's Prime Minister, Adel Abdul-Mahdi, that his government must protect American personnel and facilities there. Here's Paul Adams.
Donald Trump points the finger at Iran. Iran killed an American contractor, he tweeted this morning. We strongly responded and always will. Now Iran is orchestrating an attack on the US embassy in Iraq. They will be held fully responsible. He also warned Iraq to do more to protect the embassy. But condemned America's airstrikes at the weekend, and when the crowd moved on the embassy this morning, Iraqi security forces did not stop them.
President Trump says what is being called phase one of a trade deal with China at the White House in mid-January, with what he described as a high-level representative from Beijing. Here's Andrew Walker.
The US and China agreed to reduce the barriers they've erected to one another's goods, in a dispute originally about US complaints over China's use of American companies' ideas and technology. President Trump, both sides held back from some planned increases in tariffs, trade taxes, and the US will reduce some it has already applied. China has committed to buy more American goods, but many
Carlos Ghosn would skip bail in Japan using a French passport and his Lebanese ID card. They say they've no idea how he managed to escape from Japan, though Lebanese media and Arab media believe that he was smuggled out in a musical instrument box of a Gregorian chant band that was performing at his home in Tokyo. The former Nissan chairman is 5'5" tall. Carlos Ghosn is very highly regarded here in Lebanon. He's actually born in Brazil, but he has Lebanese heritage. He even featured on a Lebanese postage stamp. Riot police in Hong Kong have begun the new year by firing tear gas at anti-government protesters who blocked roads and started fires in the Mong Kok district. Over thousands of demonstrators formed human chains at major sites across the territory. There were chants of Liberate Hong Kong, Revolution Now. The annual firework display in Hong Kong was scaled down after police threats. This is the world news from India has announced plans to explore mission to the moon. The country's space minister said the Chandrayaan-2 mission would probably be launched in 2020. The Chandrayaan-2 mission ended disastrously in September this year when its lunar lander crashed on the surface of the moon. Authorities in Indian-administered Kashmir say they are restoring mobile antigen service as the year begins. Rumela Desgupta reports.
Communications in the valley were severely restricted after Delhi removed the region's autonomous status in August, when all internet and mobile phone services were shut down. The Indian government said, and the rest of India, where relatives were desperate for news. On Monday, 5 opposition politicians were released after more than 5 months under arrest, but their leaders are still in detention.
Officials in Ethiopia say 6 recently abducted children have been killed by their captors after their families could not meet a ransom demand of around $20,000. A local official told the BBC that 2 of them managed to escape, one of whom was shot and injured while fleeing. The other escapee led the authorities to the area where they found the bodies of 6 children. The orchestra of the Sea Opera in Paris has staged an impromptu outside the building where they've been on strike over the pension reforms. Under the reforms, employees would only be able to draw the state pension at 64. In his New Year message, President Macron said he expected to quickly find a compromise with the unions. A spokesman said musicians need to retire at 60 after a lifetime of punishing performance schedules. That's the latest BBC News.
Hello and welcome to News Hour from the BBC World Service, coming to you live from our studios in central London. I'm James Kamara-San. And we begin today in Iraq on a day when the Pentagon announced that it was sending reinforcements into Baghdad in response to this. The sound there of US troops firing tear gas into a crowd of protesters who had breached the outer edges of the US embassy out in the Iraqi capital. Fires and windows. Their supporters were Kataib Hezbollah, whose bases were attacked by US missiles at the weekend, causing the deaths of 25 fighters. That in America was payback for an earlier attack by the militia, which killed an American contractor. So, what exactly happened today? Maya Jabeli is correspondent in Baghdad for the French news agency Agence France-Presse.
This morning, there was a funeral procession that was planned to mourn the deaths of the 25 fighters that were killed over the weekend in US airstrikes. And this funeral procession marched to the Green Zone, which is the location where you have the US, the UK embassy, and lots of other diplomatic missions, government bodies as well. And normally under very high security.
So you can
this
hear me
march that was organized today was able basically just to sail through those checkpoints. So the men and the women, most of the men who were in uniform, were able just to march straight through the checkpoints to check your badges and your ID.
What we need to do is design 1 horsepower cars that weigh less than a horse. 1 horsepower cars that weigh less than a horse.
On the walls of the embassy.
It's one of our ideas, duration. It's not a thought. It's not a thought, it's reality. 1 horsepower works. I just saw 1 horse and I thought, well, we used to have 1 horse. These cars up to 20 or 25 miles an hour. So 1 horsepower can do it. So what we need to do is reduce the horsepower to 1. Then make the vehicle weigh less than a horse. Or weigh the weight of a horse. And that's the answer in science. So you go to nature for the answers in science.
But they did not intervene as the funeral march basically went straight through the checkpoints. I can't tell you exactly what happened in terms of their protocol, what orders they had received, but they allowed people to go through areas that typically are not accessible.
But it's not as though that the marchers stormed through, they were able to get through easily.
Correct, until they actually reached that first wall of the embassy. At that point, US security forces that are based inside the embassy were calling out over megaphones for protesters to back away. Those calls went ignored by the protesters who threw rocks at US security forces that were there, who wrenched the security cameras off of US embassy walls, and then drew pro-Iran slogans all over the US embassy wall.
But they weren't able to get any further.
So the last point that they actually got, they reached the first kind of security office of the embassy, and that's where if you were coming through the embassy, you'd go in, you'd check in your passport, you'd go through metal detectors, etc. And once you cross
Alright, what I want to talk about now, I've written down some notes. Mindset. Change. Peace. Unbalanced mindset. Change to stable balance. Unable to anger or be aggressive. This mindset can be called the character of Christ or be called the Holy Spirit. Anyone who can anger or be aggressive has not got Holy Spirit. Carnal, wild, primitive, dangerous in power. To create peace, we must have peace ourselves. This is the peace mindset. There will always be war while there are those in the population in high enough quantities with an unemancipated mind. An emancipated mind is a peaceful state. So war is collective emancipation. The war is one. A battle of hearts and minds. Hostile thoughts lead to hostile actions. It doesn't make sense the government not curing foreigners in their hospitals. After all, they are the great crusaders injecting Africans. Right, we'll just end it there. What is freedom? Well, it's choice, isn't it? So you've got to earn your freedom. Yeah, I just said that. A car should weigh less than a horse and 1 horsepower. All the resources are out there to create Zion, but too many people choose to spend their time foolishly. Light is a wave similar to sound, but much faster. Light must start as sound and be accelerated. Aim to have every adult in the UK to attend a self-knowledge centre for 1 day a week till past. Employers will have to support, but the employers will benefit in the long run. I'll leave this bit. Let's put the news back on. I'll read it first.
The embassy, and the time they got there, we found otherwise.
Was that a miscalculation, or was it something more sinister?
After the fact that the Iranian militias inside the country were going to use this opportunity for some retribution against the American attack against the bases the other day. I don't think anybody anticipated
the
level of violence that we've seen with this. But there was enough of a condition.
As Emperor, I have to prove parties. They are never in agreement. As we are life, there is always reason for our citizens. Therefore, Parliament cannot control the youth or adults. The youth have emotion. Most so-called adults have emotion. But they are not real adults. They are kidults. Real adults have no emotion because they're already anointed. The kidults and youth, because of emotion, have a split mind. This is a primitive carnal mind. It has self-control. It's just a little naive. When someone accuses someone of being deluded, that's judgment. Also, any poor, educated person knows you should never accuse someone of being deluded. But the training to mental health professionals is greatly insufficient. I never liked this medication when it was first administered to me in 2010. The consultant and team would never listen to me. Parliament is based on a voting principle. This is despotic because there is no wisdom involved. It's a popularity contest. Anyone can apply, regardless of qualification or skill. There is only one king who can reign fairly. That king is the emperor by bloodline. He or she is the Most High, also known as God. To get Parliament in subjection, we have to look for questions they can't answer. Then we create the answer. Could we create a raster choice on every vote thing in Parliament? Flies can move very fast. We should study why and maybe consider fly power and fly weight versus horsepower, which is more climate friendly. The names of places today explain the authority of empire. Rome is still called Rome, like ancient Egypt, Alexandria, Abyssinia, Ethiopia, Canaan, Israel, Ceylon, Sri Lanka. As Rome is still called Rome, Rome is the authority. Rome is still the authority, trust me. Must be. The Queen serves Rome then. If the news was really plotted, who knows what is next? Combination of Renaissance in Europe led to politics. We should just get on it out and think, chill, enjoy. Without the world's culmination, countries might not supersede. No democratic government has ever solved the governance problems, the crime, education, unemployment, energy, etc. Politics has become the latest religion. Even the first laws were based on religion. In religion there is sin. In politics the sins keep changing and there are new ones every day. Maybe Parliament has replaced religion. What these other countries don't understand is why the sins keep changing and there are new ones every day. Examplism, growth. Then politics can only change the people. The people are engaged in politics, but the people must change. Otherwise we are spreading a demonic society. So England and Europe must first establish a political infrastructure that enables citizens to know and obey the law. In religion there are monasteries. What does Parliament use? Christianity religion deals with sin by confession. Parliament deals with crime by prison. The Greeks conquered Egypt by robbing the Most High. Clock time is what Einstein based his theory of relativity. This is meant by the Earth's orbit. In 3 dimensions needed to make energy. Proportion of white-collar workers to manual labourers. That's the end of the book. It's the end of the book. Right, I've got another book. I think I'll do this tomorrow. We'll just put the news on for a few minutes. Or maybe we'll end the show. Or put some adverts on. No, we've done adverts already. You can put some news on. A little bit unprepared, really. That's it, there's the show. That's it. Yeah, thanks for listening.